You guys know Ed Sinclair? This is Ed Sinclair. Hey, you can check out Ed's story, Ed and Christy's story, on the mystoryproject.com. Go to the mystoryproject.com and hear about his story. It's incredible. We've been praying for him. In fact, Ed, you've been dealing with cancer for several years now, since 2013, is that right? Since 2013, he's been fighting cancer and winning. Because God has been fighting for him and doing amazing things. Go hear his story on the My Story Project and then share it with somebody else. Amazing what God's doing. But you shared a story with me the other day that I wanted you to share with us as well, because Ed told me this story, how he just began to give, and God moved in him to start giving, he and Christy to give and bring a tithe to the church, and then began giving, and then began to give to Faith Promise. We've been talking about Faith Promise the last few weeks, and I just want to ask you this question. I'm going to reverse it on you, okay? Don't be afraid.
No worries.
I sent him the two questions. Now I'm changing it already.
I'm okay.
I'm going to ask you. Here's the first. Why do you give to Faith Promise?
Well, years ago, UPS, we had to pick our vacations the 1st of November. Well, January, they came out with the calendar for missions trips, so I could never go to missions. And a long time ago, I heard a song that said, God has a million doors for his love to walk through, and one of those doors is you. So since I couldn't go on a missions trip, I figured I could give money through Faith Promise to those that could go in my place.
Wow.
So
that is awesome. Would you thank him for that? And you have, I hope you've been praying about this the last few weeks. We've been talking about world missions and our plan at WEAG and through Faith Promise. Every single dollar that comes in goes to support missionaries who are on the field right now. So if you take that card and you fill it out, and right now we're going to collect that as a part of our offering, and I want you to be prepared for that and pray. Say, well, I don't know, Pastor, what to do. Well, then keep praying about it. Today's not, you can give it past today. But even if you've been doing it before, we want to hear from you and what God's put on your heart to give. And you say, well, what happens once I give? That's what I want you to hear the second part of the story. Because, Ed, you started giving, and you believe that, hey, I need to not just give Faith Promise, I need to give to the church my tithe, and you started giving percentages and saying, hey, I'm just going to grow this. And one day you looked at your Quicken
pie chart.
Your pie chart and Quicken.
And it said with our tithe and Faith Promise, we were at 20% giving, 21% giving. And then in 2013, I was sick, and all of a sudden I couldn't work. Christy didn't work. We had 4-year-old twin boys, and it would be 6 months before long-term disability kicked in. And that was when I believe that God said, okay, you've been faithful to me all these years. I'm taking care of you, because people on my route, they raised over $5,000 for us. And, who does that for a dumb truck driver, But, so that took care of our shelter. That took care of our house. Wow. Then people started giving us gift cards to Kroger, gift cards to restaurants, bringing food. So that took care of our food. And then people started dropping off checks for this and for that. So that took care of the other needs. So for that 6 months, we were taken care of. And we still, Christy said, we're still tithing off of this money that was given as gifts. So we tithed off of all that money that was given to us as gift. We still tithe because we knew where everything was coming from.
Wow. Amazing. And not one time, you told me, in 6 months did you ever touch your savings.
No.
Isn't that amazing? Not one single time did he ever touch his savings. God took care of him, because God takes care of people who do this. I thank you, Ed. Would you thank him one more time? I know you want to.